Welcome back to another video. Today I've got some generally great news about the continued development of Plane-12. So there's two big updates in the lineup. The first one being version 12.4.4. They call that an SDK update, which should be with us in the next couple of weeks. And then in Q4 of this year, the version 12.5 is set to be released. The 12.4.4, so the SDK update, is going to be a big one as well, since they have announced with that will be an improved weather radar system, and also the SDK for the panel graphics will be released. And that will give developers much more ability to make clearer and better performing glass cockpit displays. And this was a sore point for many flight simmers here in Plane-12, complaining about blurry and inaccurate glass cockpit screens. However, the news regarding the weather radar update is also exciting. The official news release states that they've also taken the time to bring more weather-related improvements. For example, NexRad on the X1000 series will now feature a voxel depiction, just like the real unit. Okay, so you're asking yourself, what is a voxel? So a voxel weather radar system converts standard 3D polar weather radar data into volumetric 3D pixel grids, hence voxels. And those provide detailed spatial models of a storm, including wind velocity and precipitation. Now, I am already excited to see what that looks like in Plane-12. Rest assured, the moment version 12.4.4 is released, you can expect another video here on this channel. Now let's talk about the update 12.5, which is also an exciting update with improvements regarding some specific flight model issues. Plane-12 runs on what's called the blade element theory, which calculates aerodynamic forces across the entire airframe in real time. Every control surface, every wing section, every propeller blade is modeled individually. According to Laminar research, blade element theory is the only approach that can accurately predict how an aircraft of a given geometry will actually behave, and it holds up across a far wider range of flight conditions than the alternatives. That said, the model isn't perfect. Plenty of flight simmers have run into strange behavior, especially in gusty wind conditions. And helicopter enthusiasts in particular haven't been happy with the current state of the rotary wing aerodynamics. Which brings us to the good news. Plane 12.5 is coming, expected sometime in the fourth quarter of 2026. And it targets exactly these weak points. 3 improvements stand out. First, the helicopter flight model. Described as the centerpiece of the entire update, it's very much an Austin Meyer-driven overhaul, and it's aimed squarely at helicopter dynamics, historically the weakest link in X-Plane's flight model when compared to its already strong fixed-wing simulation. So expect better rotor aerodynamics and more realistic handling across the board. The second improvement is apparently ground physics, and that means weight transfer, tire friction, suspension behavior. All of it gets refined, and it feeds directly into both the helicopter and fixed-wing improvements. The third improvement is a long-awaited change regarding the gusting wind conditions. This is bundled in alongside the helicopter work, and it matters just as much for crosswind landings in a fixed-wing aircraft as it does for helicopter trying to hold a stable hover. Another good piece of news is that beyond Plane 12.5, Laminar has already teased something bigger. A new tile engine, which will build a new foundation for the next generation of scenery. It's designed to eventually replace the DSF scenery format, which actually dates back to roughly 2004, while staying backward compatible. Apparently, the release for this new tile engine is aimed for the end of 2026, which is great news for us who love Plane-12. So Plane-12 then is still very much alive and can hold its own against Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Flight simmers chasing realistic flight dynamics, especially how aircraft respond to environmental influences, are still better served by Plane-12. And looking what the developers are focusing right now with visual and flight model improvements, I see a bright future for Plane-12. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And as always, I do appreciate all of your support. Until the next video, stay safe, happy landings, and I will see you again very soon on this channel.